Do you see this shirt? This is the shirt that the Italian national team should be playing in, not whatever that training kit was. It's disgusting. These are beautiful. Come on. Ciao, Bianconeri. Welcome to the Bianconeri Zone. I'm Justin Sofro. Today is Saturday, June 12th, 2021. First off, before we get into the news, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe. That's important. You need to be subscribed to the channel. Please do that for us. And then we'll get into the news now. So first off, the first thing I want to cover was obviously this. First, yes, the training kit was horrendous. It's horrible. Everything else about the play in the field was beautiful, though. Loved the match. It was a great way to start. It was, it gave us a good feeling going into the tournament that maybe Italy can compete and bring, something home. Whether it just be, maybe, like I said, we're going to be a dark horse, but I'd love to see this team put something together. Maybe, quarterfinals, semifinals. Maybe that'd be something beautiful for the club going forward. A couple notable performances. Of course, Chiellini had that beautiful stop at the end. Italy won 3-0. And then the main thing that I need to go over is the opening goal of the match, of course, was Demiral, his own goal to give Italy the 1-0 start going in the match to open up scoring. I think it was just him just showing his appreciation and his love for this country that had given him so much and opportunities to make money and to make a living. So that's what it was. I'm going to give him that credit. A lot of people feel bad for him. I say thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Let's go. Let's move on. So going off of that, the latest rumors tend to be Demiral out and Milenkovic in. Corriere dello Sport is saying that Juve has identified Milenkovic as a replacement or a reinforcement for Allegri's defense. The center back would take the place of Demiral. His contract expires in 2022, with Fiorentina likely to start with a 20 million demand euro. Rugani could be included in the deal. We'll see. Hopefully it's somebody we're willing to take him. And then going on, Corriere dello Sport also said that Barcelona is looking into the possibility of bringing in Demiral as well. So that's something to look out for. We've, kind of heard and we kind of know that Demiral is one of those expendable players that we may lose this year. So we'll keep an eye on that and see where it goes. And then, okay. The next news I have is Ramsey gave some statements yesterday, or was it today? Whatever. We gave some statements about his situation at Juventus, his performances, and what he thinks has really caused that. So we'll read this. Okay. We'll read it. It has been quite a challenging time over the past a couple of seasons. There have been many factors and changes that I haven't been used to. Now I have got my own team around me who are focused on me to get myself into the best possible shape. Football is a team sport, and a lot of time it is about the team and everybody doing the same things. When maybe some players need a bit more attention. I take it to my own hands and have the right people around me to try and come up with the best possible plan to get myself back into a place where I feel I'm feeling good and confident again. The Welsh medical team has been brilliant, and they have been open for discussions, and it's important to all be on the same page. They understand me, and they know my body and what I need. Okay, and then before I cover what he's saying, we'll go on to transfer news regarding him. Corriere di Torino is saying that West Ham and Crystal Palace have asked Juventus about Ramsey. However, both clubs can't guarantee him the salary he receives at Juventus because Juventus gives people exorbitant contracts for no reason, and then we end up with players like Ramsey. Aaron also prefers a team playing in the top six. Yeah, I bet you do, Ramsey. First off, for him to expect a team playing in the top six is ridiculous. Nobody's going to want him with the attitude that he plays with, and then just what he shows on the field is not good enough. A lot of what he's saying, to me, it's just victim mentality. Victim mentality, just saying that, it's always somebody else's fault. It's not your fault, because that's how victim mentality works. It's never, I'm not the one who's putting in enough effort and putting in enough time to figure out how I need to gel with with my teammates and to perform on the field. It's always, they're not doing this. They're not playing me enough. They're not, giving me the individual attention that I need. No offense, you're professional. You should be able to finish this on your own. So get out of here with that. Anyway, moving on. Um, we have some Fagioli and Locatelli news with Gazzetta dello Sport. They're reporting that Niccolò Fagioli may not start a stay at Juventus next season. Juventus would like to include him in negotiations with Sassuolo to get Locatelli. Juventus, however, would like to have some kind of option on him in the future. I think, to me, that's a perfect setup, and I think Juventus needs to do this more often. You need to have that buyback option just in case somebody shows out. You don't want to get stuck with like a, I guess, like, I don't want to say this is exactly what happened with like a Milan when you lose on Locatelli or somebody like that. You sell him, and then he ends up becoming a star. So I think a lot of us have a feeling, not saying that he's going to be a star, but that Fagioli can definitely become a next big player down the road. So I would like to see Juventus have that option to bring him back. Either a loan to buy or a loan to recall or whatever option that is. I think that's a great deal. And definitely if loaning him out or selling him can get drop that number for Locatelli, even better. All right. More Bentancur news. TMW is reporting that Bentancur is liked by Allegri, who appreciates him and sees possible improvements in his handling of the ball and his occupation on the pitch. Well, that's great. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Bentancur. During the 2019-2020 season, I believe he performed a lot better. To me, I understand not everything he did was bad last season. There's a lot of bright spots that I just missed out on, or not missed out on, but a lot of bright spots that maybe didn't show up every single time. But the one thing I'm always going to remember the Porto. Basically giving that matchup from the beginning with that easy goal for the attacker, just with the stupid pass back to Szczesny at the time. And then, I just also right now it's not really a really big topic because it doesn't make sense to sell Bentancur because you're not going to make much money off of it just because of that Boca Juniors deal. So, sure, he's liked by Leggy. That's great. Doesn't do a lot for me. Moving on. Back on goalkeeper topic, we've got Gazzetta dello Sport is saying that Menante could become the second goalkeeper. He could join on a free transfer, but more importantly, he wouldn't take up a spot on the list as he played in Juve's youth academy. That is definitely a bonus with adding him. And Pellegrini wants to stay at Genoa, and Adero costs too much for a second goalkeeper. So it seems like it's getting more and more focused on Menante being that player. I think there were also some reports last night that Pinsolio and Juventus had set up a meeting sometime this week, I want to say, just basically discuss his contract situation of if they're going to extend him or not. So that's something to pay attention to. The saddest part of me is going through the news currently with the situation, thinking about where we were with the rumors about like a week and a half ago-ish that potentially Roma could be trying to set up a swap deal with like Szczesny and Florenzi coming this way and Szczesny going that way. And instead we're looking at this a week later and we're potentially adding their keeper as our second goalkeeper. I don't know. To me, it just makes me sad. It makes me sad of the opportunities of what I feel like we missed and what could have been happening. I'll move on from Donnarumma eventually, I promise. Actually, I can't promise that. I don't know. Okay. Gazzetta dello Sport's also reporting that Frabotta, meeting with Frabotta's agent has been scheduled. Several Serie A clubs have been expressed interest in the player by asking about him, including Sassuolo, Genoa, Sampdoria, and Cagliari. So that's something to look out for. I was actually impressed with Frabotta's play during most of the season. I don't think he was a huge liability out there. I think he was as good as you could expect from a youth player. If that helps, bring in some cash, great. Maybe I guess you do a similar loan him out and then, recall him situation. But just something to monitor for now because there's not really a lot that Juventus has good for the market, if that makes sense. And then a chance for the youth. Gazzetta dello Sport is reporting that Filippo Ranocchia, I apologize if I said that wrong, will be part of the first team training camp on Allegri's request. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. That's great. I don't know too much about Filippo Ranocchia. Maybe before we do this, we try to get these videos out. I could have looked him up, seen some highlights, something like that. I don't know too much of him. That's great. Give him a chance. And then we'll see what happens. But for now on, it's just something to keep an eye on. Not a lot of news. It's a Saturday. and during Euro time now. So things have kind of like cooled off for the weekend. I'm sure they'll heat back up in a day or two. But, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's all the news I have for you today. But check in with us tomorrow to get the latest roundup covering all things Juventus. Please like the video and subscribe, as it really helps our channel grow. So please go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications as soon as the next video drops. As soon as it drops, you'll get that on your phone, tablet device, whatever it is, and you'll be sure to know when we're dropping a video. Make sure to follow us at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram, as well as follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Forza Bianconeri, Forza Azzurri.